Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Nigi Solutuli, and today you join me on a Sunday morning. I'm racing off to, well, I'm not racing, I'm just rushing off to Aspire. Seems like there's going to be a supercar run, and yeah, let's see what we find. What's up, guys? You see me in an Aston Martin, joined by John. How's it, John? And he's gonna take us through and just show us around. Isn't that right?
That's right.
Cool.
What we have here is new Aston Martin Vantage, V8 Vantage, and completely different car from the previous one.
Sure.
So Vantage, when they initially introduced it, what they wanted was to go straight for 911, and they did.
So it was a direct competitor, basically.
Yeah, so, but not so much the sort of, just the more performance orientated 911s, like the really fast ones, more like the sort of slower ones, like the standard 911.
Okay, cool.
So now what they've done with new Vantage is they've upped the game, upped the performance, so now we're basically in direct competition with the 911 Turbo S.
Jeez, yeah, okay.
So yeah, it's completely shift where the Vantage was in terms of its performance and how it performs, and yeah, with that as well, there's like a huge quality upgrade. The interior is completely different, much better quality, and yeah, they also had to, and then they also had to sort of update the design. So completely fresh design, looks completely different. So yeah, but still retains what made the original Vantage great, which was front mid-engine layout. So the engine sits really far back in the front, and really low down behind the front wheels.
Alright, cool.
So what that means is you've got 50-50 weight distribution gearboxes at the back of the car.
So it's kind of similar to like a mid-engine car, like your McLarens and stuff. It's just that it sits at the front. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
exactly.
So you get that classic like coupe kind of styling. Okay, cool.
So yeah, so that's one of the key things that made the original Vantage so great.
Okay.
So they've carried that through into this, but now obviously completely new engine. 4-litre twin turbo V8.
Yes.
375 kilowatts and 685 Newton meters.
Sheesh.
So that's like
that's a
way
huge
more
jump.
powerful,
Yeah. Compared to the old V8s.
Yeah, but the car basically weighs the same as what it used to. So performance is also
mind blowing.
Hugely improved. Yeah. And then the gearbox is one of the biggest changes as well. So in the previous Vantage, you got a 6-speed manual, or a sequential manual gearbox.
Yeah, I remember. Okay.
And at one stage, everyone wanted a sequential manual gearbox in their cars,
but they didn't know how to use them.
And they didn't know how to use them. And they're great. If you drive a car with a sequential gearbox, like you should, they're not that bad. If you drive it like an automatic car, you're going to hate it, because it's not an automatic gearbox. So yeah, I think lots of people just struggle to wrap their heads around that. But yeah, what we have here is an 8-speed ZF.
So these are the basically your gears.
Yeah, these are the gears. So someone yesterday said that means party.
It actually means stop, like.
Yeah. So yeah, ZF 8-speed, normal torque converter automatic gearbox.
Okay.
But it's
and ZFs are quite popular.
Yeah, so ZF make gearboxes for basically everyone. And or rather, they supply them to everyone, and then they just put their own software on them. Okay. But yeah, in this car, it works so well, because now you've got a car that you can genuinely use every day, and you're not, jerking back and forth in traffic. Yeah. And then when you are going flat out, it's also so slick and so quick. Yeah.
So usability is a lot better in this new gearbox.
Yeah, definitely. And I think so many of the manufacturers are going in the direction of making usable cars that you can use every day. If you don't do that, you are going to lose out.
Yeah, big time.
So yeah, so 0 to 100, 3.6 seconds.
Sure.
So I mean, Turbo S is faster, but it's once you get to 100 and then where you go after that.
I guess they'll probably make a V12 version of this at some point, right?
Yeah, they haven't confirmed anything, but as history has sort of dictated, they probably will.
They probably will, and it's got the same front construction as the DB11, right? So there is kind of space for that.
So that is one of the key things that tell us that they are going to do that, is the fact that the V12 does actually fit in this car.
Does fit, okay. So that would be nice to see, guys.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. And then there are also plans for a manual gearbox. So...
Oh, that's what this little space here is for.
Yeah, so they'll probably...
I was kind of confused when I saw the launch pictures, and I was like, what the hell is that?
Yeah. So they're going to have to like put it somewhere over there.
Okay.
But yeah, that's going to be cool. It'll be the only version of this engine that is mated to a manual gearbox.
Okay.
Because of course this is an MG.
Oh, this is an MG, and they always come with the autos.
Yeah. So
these are the keys.
yeah, there's the key.
Show you guys the keys. That is some beautiful stuff. But apparently, this looks like a Mercedes key underneath. Is that true?
I have no idea what you're saying.
No, like there's
So you take it apart.
red online. Yes, you see.
There we go.
Yeah, that's the same head as the Mercedes key.
That's exactly it.
Yeah. So a lot of Mercedes parts, well, not a lot, but quite a few.
Quite a few, but the partnership with Mercedes has allowed Aston to focus their efforts elsewhere.
I think it's a good partnership. It's not like when you said like Ford is there.
Yeah.
It wasn't that great, but you see like the switch gear over here, that's all Mercedes. This scroll wheel, I think on the DB11 they've got even the trackpad.
So you can spec the trackpad. It's something that I don't like to spec because it just keeps reminding me of the fact that it is actually a C-class car. But what happens if you don't spec it, you don't lose functionality in the system, which is great. Yeah.
I think it actually looks better like this because the trackpad it's massive and they've got leather all over it. And it just kind of looks out of place.
No, it does look weird. This is nice.
This is really nice. So the system, all the softwares and stuff is from the Mercedes Group. And yeah, the interior is lovely. Like, geez. What color is this even?
It's vivid red leather.
If you guys can see. Yeah.
So yeah, this car's got like the two-tone contrast interior.
Okay.
But yeah, as with any Aston, you can spec the interior as there is so much you can do. The beiges, greens, like mint green, red, blue. There's so many different colors, and then they're also really cool little like features. So you can get the roof lining to match the base of your seat. Yeah. It'll have like leather with perforations, or you can have a quilted sun roof lining.
Is it possible to get like a glass roof, or is that not an option?
No glass roof, which is weird because this, so not so much in this, but in a DB11, for example, this piece is actually not structural. It's
it's just there for plastic, the sake of being.
So they could, but I don't know. I don't know why they don't.
It would probably look a bit cool.
Yeah,
I think so.
But yeah, this car's also quite highly spec'd. It's got the Sports Plus steering wheel.
Okay.
It's got...
Is that the squared off steering wheel?
Yeah.
Usually it's round, right?
So the standard one's also kind of square, but it doesn't have these sort of supports here, and it's a bit less sculpted.
Okay, cool.
And then they're carbon fiber ones where these pieces are carbon fiber.
Yeah, that's if you really want to be that guy.
Yeah, and you can also have the interior in full Alcantara. All of this trim stuff you can have in carbon fiber.
Oh yeah, I saw one of the press photos with this part was like yellow.
Yeah, so you can also spec this to your exterior color.
Okay.
Which I'm not too keen on because it makes the car look a bit like a Nissan Juke. Or
like a VW Beetle or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then what it'll also do, it'll do the same in the door there, where that gloss black is.
This here?
Where you know where your elbow is.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Right here. And this is, look at that.
Yeah.
This really looks nice.
And all of the stuff that's like shiny silver, so the door handles, you can also get those in...
And by the way, these are like the weirdest door handles I've seen.
Yeah, they look like hammerhead shark.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can have those in like a darker anodized metal. These gloss black air vents, you can have them in carbon fiber or silver or like whatever.
Whatever your heart desires, really.
Yeah, so that's really what's so cool about Aston's is the personalization element as well.
Okay.
So...
And talk to me about this button situation. Like, it's... I don't know. It's
yeah, there's a button or two.
Or two, yeah.
Yeah, so it is actually pretty straightforward. Has its parking sensors, parking cameras, radio, media.
Okay.
So these four over here are just like shortcut buttons. It will take you to something in the nav.
Okay.
You can just use the knob though.
Okay.
And then on the side, obviously telephone, navigation, start, stop, mute the radio, traction control.
Okay.
And then over here, also same stuff for the system there. Menu, that'll take you to the aircon menu.
Okay.
aircon.
Oh, so the aircon is also down here, like
Yeah.
like in
So
Mercedes.
this is like aircon level, and then one level below you've got reading light. Like in old Vantage, it also had the reading light button
Okay.
over there, which is a bit weird. And then lock, unlock, other reading light.
Oh, okay. At least you've got the physical dials, which
Yeah.
I'm glad. Like I hate the Mercedes setup where you've got just the
Those
buttons and stuff.
touchpad-y
So I'm
thing,
glad
yeah.
they actually did their own vibe on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that looks pretty dope.
So like once you look through it and you see what's where, it's not that complicated.
So it's just a matter of getting used to it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then these, all of these are glass faced,
Okay.
which is it's an option, but I mean we haven't spec'd any cars without it because otherwise
It'll
you
look
just
a
get
bit
like a
weird.
normal
Plastic.
button. Yeah.
Okay.
Just turn my seat heat on.
Oh, and that's haptic. Or
Yeah,
what's
it's
it?
just like a touch sensor.
And we've got seat cooling as well.
Yes.
Oh, very nice. Very, very, very
Yeah.
nice.
So just in terms of like everyday usability.
Oh,
though,
I can feel that. Okay. That felt a bit weird. I was like, there's wind coming up.
Yeah, so it's just far more usable, and then also because Vantage is more track focused, it's got these little knee pads over here.
And this is the luggage space.
Yeah, so that was another thing that made Vantage really popular, was the fact that it was really practical.
Yeah.
So instead of having two stupid seats in the back that you cannot get anyone
You
into,
just might as well make it
do
space.
away with the seats and then make space for stuff.
And this board actually comes down, right?
Yeah,
You
it
can pull
does.
this down and reach the boot.
Yeah.
So this is actually not the boot, guys. Like
Yeah, so it's a hatchback. Basically in a Golf GTI.
a 2-door Golf GTI with a 4-liter engine.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. The beast.
Yeah, so like I said, really low down, really far back.
Yeah, and cool, you can actually see that because the wheel is like right there. And if you guys look at the axle, it kind of goes directly there, and the engine is all the way back. So this is just radiator space, I guess.
Yeah, so also obviously because now we've gone to forced induction, there's got to be space for intercoolers and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So that's also why we've got such a huge intake over here. And then this is Aston's new signature clamshell bonnet,
It's
which
beautiful.
is from a single piece of aluminium.
Sure. And you can spec this in carbon, right?
Yeah, so there's an interior, like an engine bay carbon package that you can get.
Okay.
And it gives you a carbon strut brace, carbon turbo cooler, and some carbon stuff. Doesn't reduce an enormous amount of weight. It's
It's
more
just
for like
more,
looks.
yeah, just for you to show off and be like, yeah, guys, this is my carbon fiber engine bay.
Yeah. And then we've got what we call the hot V.
Okay.
The turbos sit inside the V of the V8, and that just reduces spool time.
Can you see the turbos on here?
responsiveness. Yeah. So there's one. There's another one.
Oh, they're right there. Okay, cool. Very nice.
And you see massive intake.
Yeah, this thing just looks mean. Very, very mean. Sure. Well, thanks, man.
For sure.
Oh, let's close this up. This is not like the DB11 with the
Soft close.
with the soft close. Very fancy stuff. So yeah, what color is this? This is just normal white, nothing special about it.
This is called white stone
Okay,
and white.
it's just white.
And then so all of the exterior glass stuff.
Yeah, so I actually went on the configurator last night. This apparently you can get in carbon. You can get that. Is that black already?
Yeah, it's black.
Okay, that's black. You can. It usually comes in silver. The lights are the lights, I guess. You've got 3 options for the rims. Am I correct?
I think they've just introduced a few more.
So they've introduced a few more. Okay. But yeah, these are like the heavier ones. There's lightweight ones, correct?
Yeah.
And you can have those in black or gloss black with
Plus
the
black,
diamond
there's
cuts.
like anodized.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
so
then-
there's something for everyone.
Yeah.
And like same here, this you can have in carbon or body color or this anodized metal. It's drilled. That's actually functional. So that sucks out dirty air from the wheel.
Oh, so that actually lets out air. It's not like, you know, how Mercedes sometimes puts a fake. Alright, cool. And if for those of you who don't know, Aston Martin Red Bull Racing, that's actually an F1 team. So, so also this sill at the bottom can go carbon, right?
Yeah,
You
so
can have your
basically-
mirrors in carbon.
All of the stuff that's glass black, you can also have in carbon.
Okay. And the door.
Door
This
handle, you can have in carbon.
actually very cool. Push here and pull up. And then the door kind of sits, I'll show you guys from the front. Kind of sits upwards like that. So it's like a, what are they called? Swan doors?
Swan doors.
Swan doors, yeah.
So you don't scrape the bottom of the door.
Yeah, so that's basically, someone also said to me that if you have both doors open, they're supposed to mimic the Aston Martin wings. I didn't know that, so I don't know how true that is. But yeah, for you to tell your customers now.
This you can have in chrome.
Chrome, okay. Oh,
It's
so
quite nice. It's like a nice accent line. if you
so
have
is this already an option?
Yeah, that's like anodized.
Oh,
So
okay.
on the
Kind of feels like plastic, but it's not. Or is that just me?
plastic.
Is it?
So yeah, you can have that in chrome. It works really nicely on the darker cars, especially. If you
Yeah.
have chrome.
I guess that the chrome stands out on a darker car.
Yeah.
On a white car, not so much.
And then one of the biggest complaints about this car was the fact that it had tiny exhaust. So straight away.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of them. These ones in particular,
Yeah, nobody is.
because it just kind of sticks out. Like I drive a Polo, and I don't know, it looks kind of the same as my Polo's exhaust. But yeah, apparently you can get twin pipes. I mean,
Yeah,
quad
so,
pipes. Sorry.
Yeah, so they've just introduced a quad pipe thing.
Yeah. So I think that looks a little bit better.
It looks much better. It also sounds really nice.
Is it? So is it like actually like a sports exhaust kind
Yeah,
of setup?
it
Okay.
is.
Cool. And this light is just mega.
Yeah.
It's just really
So
dope.
lots of manufacturers are now doing this conjoined light thing.
Yeah. I see Porsche's getting into it.
Yeah.
VW even did it with their
The
new
Touareg,
T. Yeah, like
T-Roc.
they're doing a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So
So it looks really cool.
and there's no spoiler in this. It's just basically
No spoiler. Yeah.
this kind of swoops up.
I mean, this is functional. It does serve a purpose.
Yeah,
So,
it's not the DB11 has the cooler
yeah.
like
So
air blade.
that's got the aero blade, which works really nicely. But there is a functional diffuser under there.
Okay.
Bottom of the car is completely flat. It's got a lot of downforce.
I can imagine. This looks mean.
And then also those diffuser blades you can have in body color. So you
Oh yeah, the ones at the bottom. Yeah. The reverse light is right in the middle, right?
yeah.
This is a very nice car. Thanks guys for joining the channel. And whoa, what a day, what a damn day. Like geez, got a ride in that blue McLaren and met some pretty cool people. like Daytona Group is the group, guys. It's like if you need a car, by the way, I'm gonna put John's handle in the description below. And yeah, guys, I need to move to Johannesburg. Whoa, I need to move to Johannesburg. Anyone's looking for a kidney? Mine's for sale for about 5.6 million. So yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers. Oh, don't forget to subscribe. So please subscribe. Cheers.